Okay, there's a lot to unpack with this story here about Kamala Harris, because she had a one-on-one interview with the Oprah. Now, I only picked the highlights because I can't put my audience through all this pain and torture. But it's clear to me, and it's clear to all of us here, that the corporate media, the Hollywood establishment, big tech, and the Democratic Party, and yes, even some parts of the Republican Party, are doing everything they can to really make Kamala into something she is not. And I've never seen before, well, actually we have with Hillary Clinton, but I don't think we've ever seen it intensified to this level, to where everybody's trying to say, this is our president, or this is someone who's going to stop Donald Trump, the evil orange boogeyman, woogie boogie boogie. But just so you all know, the establishment is a very sick club. And just a reminder, and I have to pull up this tweet here. And what this person writes in here is very, very true. All of Oprah's friends are, I can't say the full word because of YouTube, but, well, assaulters, con artists, that I could say. And, well, this word right here, very disgusting. But, yeah, another assaulter as well, basically. So if you could read this tweet and you see it, I mean, Oprah has had some very interesting friends, like Weinstein, other scumbag politicians, P. Diddy, the diddler. So let's go ahead and pull up this video here, because you got everybody here so excited, so happy that Kamala and Oprah are doing a sit down.
Caregivers for Kamala, train lovers for Harris Waltz. I didn't know there were train lovers. Train lovers.
Ha 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 ha. Oh, I'm dying. Oh, God, I think I'm sick.
Chefs for Kamala, love that group. Republicans for Harris, love that group even more. We've got Swifties, where are you? Swifties for Kamala!
Look, I'm not voting Democrat or Republican. Oh, you got some douchebag there doing the heart sign too. God, anyways. I think this is the episode where I think I might just go crazy. All right, anyways. Look, what I was originally going to say was, I'm not voting Democrat or Republican, but honestly, I'm secretly hoping Donald Trump does win, just so I could see all these people melt down and cry. All right? And I say this out of pure greed. I want to see this meltdown. I would love to see it, okay? And yes, people were like, oh, gee, kid, you just want to see people cry and become emotionally vulnerable. Well, yeah, I do, because this is insane.
And in addition to thousands of you all who caregivers for...
Yes, caregivers for Kamala. Okay, so look, there's a couple of highlights here about Kamala, all right? And we're about to witness a word salad, because all the videos I'm playing right now are going to lead up to something that should make all of you enraged, furious. So we have here a spectacular 3-minute word salad. I don't know what she's saying, and if you, my audience, are able to break it down, I would appreciate it.
Having to deal with this lie that has endangered the lives of Haitian people and anybody who looks Haitian. Everybody in America feels for that. And everybody in America, left, right, middle, has concerns about immigration. Yeah. And I'm told that Justin, where are you in the audience? Justin.
Hello.
In our audience.
Hello, Madam Vice President.
You live in Michigan.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't you love saying hello, Madam Vice President?
I do.
What's your question? It's an immigration question.
My question for you is, when you become president, what would be your specific steps? Yeah, of course. What would be your specific steps to strengthening the border?
So it's a wonderful and important question. You know, my background was as a prosecutor, and I was also the elected attorney general for 2 terms of a
Let me tell you a story of the word salad, written and directed by Kamala Harris.
border state. So this is not a theoretical issue for me. This is something I've actually worked on.
Okay.
I have prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. I take very seriously the importance of having a secure.
Also was holding evidence, keeping innocent men behind bars, most notably where a man was on death row and he was innocent. Or what about going after parents? Because don't worry, I got myself a nice little video to follow up this one. I hope you're ready for it. Try not to punch your screen when I play it. It'll be worth it, but you'll get angry.
Secure border and ensuring the safety of the American people. Sadly, where we are now can be traced most recently back to the fact that when the United States Congress, members of the Congress, including some of the most conservative Republicans, came up with a border security bill. And here's what that border security bill would have done. It would have put 1,500 more border agents at the border. Let me tell you, those border agents are working around the clock. It would have just been about giving them some support and relief, which is probably why the border agents actually endorsed the bill. It would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl. And I'm looking at people from all over the country here. So I don't need to tell the folks who are watching this what fentanyl has done to families, to kids in our country, and the need to take seriously.
Yes, we don't want to talk about how the CIA also helped build the cartels to make these drugs, right? How the CIA actually made everything what it is now. I mean, heaven forbid, never look into that, especially about the booger sugar.
Stemming the flow, coming into our country and addressing that extraordinary and tragic issue in terms of its effect. The bill would have allowed us to have more resources to prosecute transnational criminal organizations. And it would have been part of the solution. And Donald Trump.
Automatic selector, you're saying answer the effing question. You're asking way too much from Kamala. I'm so sorry, man. That's a bridge too far, my friend.
Called up those folks and said, don't put that bill on the floor for a vote. He blocked the bill, and you know why? Because he'd prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem.
Clap. Excuse me. Did you answer a question? Did you answer the question? Because in all of that, we got no answer.
And he has put his personal political security before border security. Because understand, even in the intervening months, what that bill would have done to give support to folks who care about this issue. And this again gets to the point about what does leadership really look like? And is it about you or is it about the people? Right. Is it about running on problems or fixing problems? My work and my career has always been about saying, let's fix problems. Let's address the needs because we know it's within our capacity to do that.
So to answer Justin's question, now that that bill has gone and hasn't passed, will you reintroduce that?
Absolutely. And
Oprah for the save. Huh? Wasn't that interesting?
When I am elected president of the United States, I will make sure that bill gets to my desk.
Yeah. Let's talk about Kamala and her legacy, especially being a prosecutor. Now, I'm going to play this video. Be ready for it. This is the legacy of Kamala Harris and what she did to families here in America.
Black lives matter to her. Why didn't I matter? Because of truancy, California public schools lose $1.4 billion a year in funding.
Now I'm pausing here because I don't want to get hit too much. But this This is from an account on Vimeo, and I want to share this tab. Arrested by Kamala, a black mother's story short version from Highway 61 Entertainment. The full interview, arrestedbykamala.com. Sherry Peoples and daughter Shayla tell the story of how Kamala Harris' policy as California Attorney General to arrest parents for truancy destroyed their lives and the lives of many other single minority women as well. Shayla suffered from debilitating chronic illness, sickle cell anemia. The disease landed her repeatedly in the hospital to receive blood transfusion and emergency hospital care to manage her pain. All of Shayla's absentees were, in fact, excused by her school and buttressed with ample documentation from Children's Hospital. None of this mattered to Kamala Harris, who wanted more kids in school to get more money from the state and federal government, who provided funding according to attendance rates. Kamala had Sherry arrested, handcuffed, and perp-walked in her pajamas in front of her neighbors and the media, who had been tipped off. Outraged by the injustice, Sherry fought the charges in court for the next 2 years. 2 freaking years. 2 years, goddammit. Costing her job and her home. I am not a political person, says Sherry, but I want people to know that what Kamala Harris did to me. If she does it to me, she will abuse anyone if you give her the power. My message to all Americans, especially Black Americans, is to do not trust Kamala Harris. Okay? And here is her GoFundMe. Okay? This is her fight. And Kamala's policies did that to her and her family. And she's not the only one. I also want to pull up something else here, too. Now, this is the most nonsensical wisdom I've ever heard. And can somebody translate? Please? Can somebody translate?
We love our country. I love our country. I know we all do. That's why everybody's here right now. We love our country. We take pride in the privilege of being American. And this is a moment where we can and must come together as Americans, understanding we have so much more in common than what separates us. Let's come together with the character that we are so proud of about who we are, which is we are an optimistic people. We are an optimistic people. Americans, by character, are people who have dreams and ambitions and aspirations. We believe in what is possible. We believe in what can be. And we believe in fighting for that. That's how we came into being, because the people before us understood that one of the greatest expressions for the love of our country, one of the greatest expressions of patriotism, is to fight for the ideals of who we are, which
This is like affirmations, like, oh, yes, if you believe it, it will happen. Now, look, here's the thing. Yes, it's always great to really believe in yourself, but action. But what I want to know is, what the hell are you saying?
includes freedom to make decisions about your own body, freedom to be safe from gun violence, freedom to have access to the ballot box, freedom to be who you are and just be, to love who you love openly and with pride, freedom to just be. And that's who we are. We believe in all that. And so this is a moment where we stand knowing what we are fighting for. We're not fighting against. It's what we're fighting for.
Thank you.
I have no words for that. So it's very interesting. Even Biden wouldn't do anything that stupid, because he'd probably maybe stop mid-sentence and be like, anyways. I mean, at least Biden's brain, while it was and is still on its current trajectory for a meltdown, it probably already is melted down already. At least he'd stop halfway. But whatever Kamala was saying, I feel sorry for the future of America. I think better days are behind us, but who knows? I could be wrong. Hold on. I'm not done yet. No, I'm not done yet. We still got another word salad to go through. And I am so sorry, my audience. Please try not to punch your screen. Now, the question is, what will you do to lower costs? Like, costs of living, groceries, all that good stuff. Let's hear it. Kamala, the floor is yours.
We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah, first of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family, and working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been.
Who's been manning the ship for the past 3.5 years? Who's been manning the ship? Yeah, Biden and Harris. I'm sorry. What was the question again? One more time. Lowering the costs?
We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah, first of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family, and working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been. And we need to deal with that. And there are a number of ways. One is bringing down the cost of everyday necessities, including groceries.
We really would love to know.
But do you have the plan? That's an answer. That's an answer. And look, while this wasn't in the official interview, this is another question. Again, Kamala, you need your support animal, Tim Waltz, with you. Because this reporter here asked her again, how are you going to lower prices, grocery prices? She's going to tell you a story.
When we talk about bringing down prices and making life more affordable for people, what are one or two specific things you have in mind for that?
Well, I'll start with this. I grew up a middle-class kid. My mother raised my sister and me. She worked very hard.
Sorry, I don't mean to be that guy, but hold on. What about your father? Somebody should clip that and be like, yeah. Your father, right? I know he. Anyways. Somebody should ask her about that.
Mind for that.
Well, I'll start with this. I grew up a middle-class kid. My mother raised my sister and me. She worked very hard. She was able to finally save up enough money to buy our first house when I was a teenager. I grew up in a community of hardworking people, construction workers and nurses and teachers. And I try to explain to some people who may not have had the same experience, but a lot of people will relate to this. I grew up in a neighborhood of folks who were very proud of their lawn, and I was raised.
What does that have to do with the question? How are you lowering prices? Focus. I really hope Kamala does lose just so I can see the meltdown, okay? My soul needs it.
Raised to believe and to know that all people deserve dignity. And that we as Americans have a beautiful character. We have ambitions and aspirations and dreams, but not everyone necessarily has access to the resources that can help them fuel those dreams and ambitions. So when I talk about building,
Jenny Lynn, no one can relate to that these days. A single mom buying a house, not going to happen. Hey, a single father buying a house? Nah, not going to happen. A couple buying a house? No. Even first-time single people, individuals buying a house in America? Don't be crazy. Come on. That's a dream, an American dream. And you got to be asleep to believe it.
Building an opportunity economy. It is very much with the mind of investing in the ambitions and aspirations and the incredible work ethic of the American people, and creating opportunity for people, for example, to start a small business. My mother, worked long hours, and our neighbor helped raise us. We used to call her, I still call her our second mother. She was a small business owner.
What about the father?
I love our small business owners. I learned who they are from my childhood, and she was a community leader. She hired locally. She mentored. Our small businesses are so much a part of the fabric of our communities, not to mention, really, I think, the backbone of America's economy. So my opportunity economy plan includes giving startups a $50,000 tax deduction to start their small business. It used to be $5,000. Nobody can start a small business with $5,000. But investing in people's innovative ideas and giving them the ability to go for it. Opportunity economy means, look, we don't have enough housing in America. We have a housing supply shortage. And what that means, in particular for so many younger Americans, the American dream is elusive. It's just actually not attainable. So part of my plan is to work with the private sector and housing developers to give them a tax credit, to be able to partner with us as the government to build, and my goal is 3 million new homes by the end of my first term. In addition, to help people who just want to get their foot in the door, literally. And so giving first-time home buyers a $25,000 down payment assistance to be able to just get in the door, and then they will do the work that they need to do to save and to pay that mortgage and to build wealth for themselves and their family. These are some examples of what I mean when I talk about an opportunity economy, and a lot of it has to do with just the community I was raised in and the people that I admired, who work hard, and deserve to have, their dreams fulfilled because they're prepared to work for it.
When we talk,
Okay, listen, again, the question is, again, maybe I'm going crazy. How are you going to bring down prices? I heard nothing. Kamala has nothing but word salads to offer, just like how she did in the debate. And here's the thing. Kamala is so incompetent, she needed help from ABC News just to get it done. That's how weak she is. Even Hillary Clinton was able to stand on her own just a little bit, and that's not saying much. This election, we have two terrible choices. But I could promise you this, and this is a hard lens media guarantee. And no, we're not endorsing anybody running for president. But if Kamala loses, the hard lens media guarantee is this. The meltdown will be absolutely glorious. There are so many people that I respect, people who I know, people who I look to, who are very academically wise, intelligent, got a long history in regards to being knowledgeable, hell, more knowledgeable than me. And I see them twisting and turning themselves because of their derangement and fear of Donald Trump, to where they're acting completely irrational. And the only way probably to bring back sanity is for the Democrats to get a gut check so devastating that their entire institution falls apart. And we have to remember this, folks. Look, I have to pull this up here. I'm pulling up this GoFundMe because this woman suffered under Kamala's, that's right, Kamala Harris's policies. All right. And she, again, falsely arrested under truancy laws that were done under Kamala Harris. When she was laughing and giggling, and sending parents to jail. Life is very complicated. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a struggle. I wonder if Oprah is ever going to sit down and talk to Kamala about this. Oh, wait, no, she won't. But you see this woman right here? There are probably more people like her suffering and struggling, dealing with the aftermath of Kamala Harris's policies. Again, falsely arrested under truancy laws because she was taking care of her chronically ill daughter. You know, my name is Sherry Peoples. I hope I'm saying her name right. If I'm not, I apologize. I've been fighting a battle no mother should ever have to endure. I'm reaching out today because I urgently need support to cover medical expenses and purchase an electric wheelchair, which will help me regain my daughter's mobility and independence. Every donation, no matter the size, will help me recover from the trauma of being falsely arrested while caring for my chronically ill daughter. Imagine being a mother caring for your child who is suffering from serious illnesses, doing everything you can to provide her with the best care, and then suddenly, without warning, you're arrested and charged with a crime. That's what happened to me. I'm the mother of a brave young girl. Hey, I wonder if somebody would ever tell this story. You know, I mean, if there's going to be another sit down where Kamala's being interviewed by a high profile speaker like Oprah or somebody onto that level, someone has a homework assignment. Share this story. Somehow sneak past and try and get this story or this question out here to Kamala. See how she answers. I'm a mother of a brave young girl who battles sickle cell anemia, a disease that often leaves her hospitalized for days, sometimes weeks. Like any mother, I followed all necessary procedures, providing the school with doctor's notes and documentation for her absences. But that didn't stop the system from failing us. But this isn't just about me. It's about ensuring that no other parent has to go through what I've been through. It's about fighting against a system that criminalizes good, caring parents simply because they face hardships beyond their control. In 2013, I was blindsided by a truancy arrest, accused of neglecting my daughter's education, even though her frequent absences were due to her severe medical condition. Under the truancy law, which was pushed aggressively by then District Attorney Kamala Harris's office, I became an example, a mother unfairly swept up in a system designed to punish parents without considering individual circumstances. For 2 long years, she fought this legal battle. I fought to clear my name. Imagine facing courtrooms, legal fees, and the public shame of being labeled a criminal. Brilliant, Kamala. Brilliant, Kamala Harris. Look at you go. All while trying to care for a child who is constantly in pain and needs your attention. The stress of juggling my daughter's medical needs and battling through a complex legal system was overwhelming. Despite providing all necessary documentation to the school and the court, I was still dragged through this nightmare. The law, which was supposed to curb truancy, instead targeted a mother trying to do her best in an impossible situation. I wasn't neglecting my daughter's education. I was prioritizing her life, but the legal system didn't seem to care. I am so sorry you went through this. Hey, Democrats, liberals, Oprah. You want to talk about this? No, you don't, because you know something? As soon as this story gets out, it's going to probably make Kamala look pretty bad. You know, heaven forbid I click copy and paste and put the GoFundMe link into live stream chat. Heaven forbid the audience actually shares it on social media. I mean, my goodness gracious cretaceous, what would happen if I did that? And I clicked it. What would happen if I even pinned this and also the trailer to the documentary in the comments section for Hard Lens Media when I clip this segment? I mean, those links will be there and people will see them. I wonder, what will people do? Maybe they'll share it on social media. Maybe yes, maybe no. I mean, it is an interesting concept to think, but then again, I am just one man in an environment and world understandably out of my control. And just so, again, I could share this with all of you, I am also going to share that link as well so that all of you can see it firsthand. Now, here it is one more time for all the beautiful, lovely people. For all the beautiful, lovely people to share. This is her story. Now, I don't think I could play it, but this is her story. And hold on, click, copy. Oh my goodness, paste. This is her story. And you know what? There's probably more.